to one of the last steps of your instructor training of your SSI ITC course. I want to explain you a little bit about what is waiting for you in the final exam and the instructor evaluation. This video is meant for my candidates, but as well for everyone who is interested in just understanding how an instructor exam usually works. So we did the whole instructor training, we did the whole instructor course already, and you did pass a lot of evaluations on this way. This final instructor evaluation will be exactly the same that you have done all this time. There's nothing new waiting for you. The important thing here is that an instructor certifier comes to do this final evaluation who is not your trainer. And this is for a very good reason. We want an independent exam. We want that a person who does not know you, who did not train you, makes sure that you do reach the level that SSI sets as a minimum for their instructors, and that there is not one trainer just handing out cards without doing any training. It's simply something to reassure the quality in instructor training. And basically, the exam is not so much for you. It's more that they will check if the instructor trainer did their job, because if we tell you you can participate in the evaluation and you are not properly trained, this is something where actually your trainer fails more than you. So let's see how the evaluation will work. The instructor evaluation has a total of 8 parts, which I will explain to you now. I will explain you what happens if you fail in one part, because that can happen, and just have a short look on what to do exactly after the exam. The actual schedule for your evaluation is something you will get to know just when it starts. But don't worry about this, because however it is organized, you will always have enough time to prepare, and you will get all your assignments in the very first moment when the evaluation starts. So you know which micro teaching you will do, you know which skills you will teach, you can prepare everything, and you will have enough time for this. The probably most worrying part for everyone is the final exam, because in this exam, which is just like all the exams you did already in SSI, you do have to score 90%, and this is actually a bit of a complicated exam. This is not about diving knowledge anymore. There are no questions about physics, physiology, whatever, nothing. It is only standards. It's 50 questions, you have 90 minutes, which sounds a lot, but you will have to look up a lot of the questions. You're not expected to know all this standards thing by heart, but it means that you need to be really, really fast in looking up things in the standards. You really have to train for that and prepare that there are not only questions about your own water courses and the things you actually know by heart by now. There are a lot of questions about administration. So, who has to sign which form if someone wants to become a specialty instructor in a specific way? So, be prepared for a lot of questions about administration and about the professional standards, how to become the next level instructor, and all these things. The next part of the evaluation will be a talk about the SSI educational system. This is a very easy one. It's a group discussion, and you only have to show that you understand how SSI works. You understand the specialty courses and the system, where to find what in my SSI, that you are able like to teach the courses and to organize the courses, and that you really understood how SSI works. This is really easy to do, and you can work together as a team here. So help each other, just step in if you see that someone else is getting a little bit insecure. Step in and let the other persons talk when they feel better, and let others step in for you if you have a moment of, I don't really understand what this is about in this moment. Okay. The probably most important part of the evaluation is your micro teaching. We would assume, or we for sure, that what you do in the water is more important, in fact. But in the micro teaching, you show how good you are in explaining things to students, and you show a little bit the level of your academic knowledge. This is a point where you can really present yourself and show what you're able to do and what level of knowledge you have. It can be from any of the courses you will be able to teach after the ITC. So, but you did train for all of them. So there's nothing to worry about. You just do exactly the same kind of micro teaching as you have done it all this time. There is nothing new. The only important thing is that if in the assignment there's anything not so clear, or you don't know if it's only a specific part of the chapter or the whole chapter or what exactly is meant, please simply ask. Make sure you know what you will be talking about. Okay, we come to the water part of your instructor evaluation. And here we have one part where you do not know in advance which skills you will have to demonstrate, because this is easy going. You are asked to demonstrate 3 skills from the open water course, 2 usually underwater and 1 at the surface, and these skills will be assigned in this very moment in the water. The instructor certifier will simply tell you, please demonstrate taking off your BCD, demonstrate an emergency swimming ascent, demonstrate whatever, and you will only demonstrate this. Perform the skill in full demonstration quality, just as you have done this whole time. Don't invent anything new. Then there is the confined water presentation. This is where you teach one confined water skill to 2 of your students with an instructor who can help you. The skill can be any skill from the water diver or the stress and rescue course, and you have trained this a lot during the ITC, so there is absolutely nothing to worry about. You just do exactly how you trained in your ITC. That's it. Easy like this. The rescue demonstration means that as a professional, you have to show that you are able to rescue an unconscious diver. And that means you do not do any briefing. You do not like really demonstrate it to students or correct students. You only show once how you are able to bring an unconscious diver from underwater to the surface, call for help, initiate the rescue chain, remove the equipment, bring the person out of the water, and make sure CPR and oxygen is administered if needed. So you will simply show what you will teach to your future rescue students, and that you are absolutely able to do a proper rescue in case this would be needed at any moment. Then we have the most critical part of the evaluation, not because it's so difficult, it's actually easy. You don't have to do a demonstration. You just bring your students to an open water dive and perform 2 skills with them. This is easy enough. There is only one critical point here, and this is that it is the only part of the instructor evaluation that you cannot repeat in the same evaluation if you fail here. So you have to make sure you do not fail. Easy enough. In order not to fail, there are two important things: group control and recognizing the problems. So you make sure no student is ever unsupervised underwater, and you make sure you always know where your students are. And if you are not directly with them, you make sure your assistant instructor is directly with them. Um, and in case your students perform the skill perfectly well and you do not recognize any problem, the thing is, the certifier will assign problems. So if you do not recognize the problem, an important hint is let the student repeat, because it might be that you simply, for being nervous or whatever, did not see the problem, even if it's there. And not recognizing problems can be a big problem for you. So you better make the person repeat, observe again very carefully, make sure you did grab any possible error, and only tell them it's fine when you're sure this was really fine and really okay. You might lose some points if you let them repeat without the repetition being strictly necessary, but you lose more points and you get into bigger problems if you do not recognize a problem that was already actually there. Last, there is this professionalism evaluation, which can be done in the instructor evaluation as well, but usually this will not happen because the certifier does know you for 2 days and usually does not feel up for evaluating this in you because they don't know you well enough. They trust the instructor trainer and their evaluation at this point. So, what happens if you fail? You all know that failing is human, and it can absolutely happen that for the nerves of the beginning of the evaluation and for because something just is not the same like always because there is another person observing you, you're so nervous that something goes wrong. Um, you might just fail in the confined water presentation because there's some error mistake you don't really spot, or your demonstration goes completely wrong just because you're so nervous that you're not able to perform the way you usually do. This is not a big problem because if it is only a moment and if you only fail one part, you can simply repeat this part in this same evaluation. You get assigned a new skill, you do it, and you will be fine. That's not a big issue. It tends to happen, and we all know that nerves are an issue. You're not evaluated for how cool you are in the exam situation. You are evaluated for how good you will be as a real instructor, because this is what we want. If you fail two parts or if you fail the water presentation, then you will need to do some more training and come to another evaluation. But you can be really sure if you pass the instructor training course and if your trainer told you that you are ready for the evaluation, then you are ready for the evaluation. You will not fail. There would have to be something really, really, really wrong that this would happen. It is normally not an issue at all because we all want you to pass and we all know we did train you in a way that you are ready for it now. So the important thing is you are now super worried about the instructor evaluation and the exam, and this is like fills a big part of your life. But honestly, the IE is nothing. It's not important. It's not important at all. The IE only is like the end of your training. It marks the end of your instructor training course. And the real challenge starts afterwards. Because why do we do all this? We want to train real students. Now, our real students will be our real challenge, because you will have to start to define yourself, to polish your skills, to polish your way of teaching, to learn how to adjust your way of teaching to different students that you will find during your work. So this will be your biggest challenge, to become a really good and experienced instructor. And that means that you have to keep working on yourself and you have to keep training. It's a good idea to broaden already your own possibilities of teaching with some more specialty courses, with a bigger variety of things that you can do. And every training you do for yourself will as well help you to be a better instructor for your students. So stop worrying about the exam and start thinking about your actual students. They are the ones who matter.